Annyeong. I will take this opportunity to record my vlog from my log from yesterday because I wasn't able to film one since here how the story goes. I got to my dermatologist appointment on time. I did the phototherapy. I looked at the how there's a time that says like how long you were inside the machine, and it was 57 seconds, but it felt like I was there for a really long time, and it was like I can actually feel the heat from the UV. It was intense, but I did that. After that, I went straight to Homai because I was scared that I will be late. I actually stayed at the parking lot for like 10 more minutes because I was doing my makeup and I was putting on my moisturizer because I wasn't able to do that since I had the phototherapy. So I did that. I ran to the train station. I was able to get to Britomart pretty much on time and then got to my class. Dito ba ako nag... Oh yeah, so I had a class. Oh my gosh, what did I do yesterday? I need to look. I'm gonna pause this. I accidentally stop the whole video, but anyways, so I had my auditing class. I completely forgot. I had a class from 10 to 12, which was the auditing, and it went pretty okay. He just went through some slides and explained some things, and then he gave us a problem to do, which our table didn't really do because I don't get it, and I don't think most of the people in that table does do. Like, I just don't get what he wants. Anyways, the question he gave us, he just answered it himself, which was okay, I think. And then he gave us some time at the end, like he finished 30 minutes early or like 20 minutes early, so we can just talk with our group about the presentation that's coming up next week, which our group decided that we will just since we need 5 business risks, we will just do one each and then work on the last one all together. We decided on that, and then they decided that, oh, let's just call on Friday and let's meet up on Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's okay for me. Blah blah blah. I left. I met Sake. We went to grab lunch. I got me a banh mi, which costs me $14. With this, the banh mi was this big. It was okay, but I didn't like what I got. I should have just gotten the crispy pork. Ugh. But then I was feeling like trying something new, you know? But I didn't really like it. Just wait, this is my $14. She got chicken and chips, her usual. We ate there. I spilled some sauce on my shirt. Ugh. And then we walked back to AUT for my next class, which was inorganic chemistry. I got there. We were on the new topic right now, topic 3. He just explained some stuff that I didn't really get. I mean, I did some of it, but like not all of it, you know? And then I had an hour break again. So I was just editing my lab report that was due on Friday, which is today. I was just editing that and adding some since like there's 2 experiments, but we only did one in the lab, and then I thought, oh, we probably don't need the other one, but then the teacher told me that, oh, we do, we just need to make up our own like results, whatever. So I just did that. I was writing the other experiment on my lab report. I was doing that, and then I went to my lab. Jane came. I'm so glad. The lab started really bad. That's why the whole 4-hour lab, I was just so lazy and so tired. But we were able to finish. But for the, you know how, what was his name? John? No. Mark? No. Jack. Jack was just explaining how we need, like, what we need to do for the coefficient and stuff, and I thought I did get it, but I didn't. So me and Jane were just trying to calculate the volume of whatever the compound we need, like how much of the compound we need. We were just trying to do that for like 40 minutes. Instead of starting at, I don't know, like 3:20, we started at like 3:50, 3:40, which was so late. Like all the fume hoods were already full and everyone's lined up for the reactants and like the compounds that we need for the experiment. So we just wasted so much time, but we were able to actually do the experiment like precisely with, like, we need to wait for 30 minutes for the whole reaction to, whatever that is. Like the wait time was so long. I kind of started my lab report, like I already have my table for the reactants, which was kind of okay. Like at least I wasn't really like just wasting my time sitting there waiting. I did that, and then we did a lot of things. We did a lot of waiting, a lot of like mixing the mixture. Like it's just too much. And then everyone, like probably around 6:20, that's when some of the students started leaving and finishing up their work. But me and Jane were still like, we still have 2 more steps or like 3 more steps before we finish. But it's already like 6:20. And that's why we finished at exactly 7. We both were the last one to leave the lab. It was kind of crazy. You know how like there's this part of the experiment that we need to do this rotation to remove this excess solvent from our solution, and Emma was the one doing that, and I was just standing there looking at our product, and Emma was just there at the front. I was like, I don't really know what to say. It was kind of awkward because Jane was like cleaning our fume hood. So but that happened, and then after we got the NMR, we left straight away because bro, it's already 7. Like it's so dark outside, and like there's no one in the lab anymore. So we left, and then I straight away said bye to Jane and walked to Brita Mart. I was still able to walk alone in that dark. Well, it's not, and you know how I always go to the Yoyoso way? I have been going into the food way now. Food way, like where the dumplings are. I've been going there this past few days now. Where the bread is. Which did I get it yesterday? I think I did. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think I did. I did grab me a bread from this bakery called, I forgot, but it's this bakery that was really, they have a really good toast. This coconut toast for 7,020 was so good. So this is where all the things that made yesterday so bad was, which I'm not really bad, but I'm still grateful. Thank you, Lord. But as soon as I got to the Britomart, entered the train station, I have not yet tapped my hop card. There's this huge like the monitor of where you can see all the scheduled trains. There was nothing on there, so I was like, okay, maybe, because I've never been, like, well, I probably have, but like I've never really rode the train that late at night. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just normal like this. So I was like, okay. But then I saw this really bright pink, like it's like an announcement, like a notice that says something happened in the Manarewa train station, causing all the trains to like be delayed and cancelled. I was like, that is totally fine. It's totally okay. So I went down, I got there, and there was so much people. There was so much people in each like lanes. Eastern line, southern, west. There was so much people. So I was like, oh my gosh. I'm not really the type to just like come up to one of the staffs or like the people there that's probably been there and just ask them what's happening. So I was just eavesdropping to the people that was asking the staffs about like when is the train gonna arrive, whatever that. I was just eavesdropping the whole time, and then I think I heard from one of the staffs that the southern line is most likely to not be coming until in an hour, I think. And it was announcing on the speaker that if you are going to the southern line, go take the the eastern line and catch the bus from Manukau. So I was like, okay, that's probably a great idea. I went to the eastern line, got on the train. So it left the Britomart, and then got to, so nag-stop na siya sa Panmure, and then the door was just open for like a solid 3 minutes. I thought we were just like waiting for the train to like, if merong gaganon na train, di ba pag kami if may gaganon na train. So I was like, totally fine. And then the announcement, like the crew announced that, oh, we are stopping this service here at Panmure and we are going back to Britomart. And then I was like, what the frick? It's totally fine. So I started searching route on my phone to like how to get to Papakura with like not with just a few buses, because I don't really like riding the bus, like, no. And then everyone got off. My English, anyways, everyone got off the train. Tapos we were just waiting kasi sinabi nila na wait for the next train na lang daw, since this train is going back to Britomart. So I was like, but then nung aalis na yung train, one of the crew said that it's probably better to take the bus because we are not really sure when's the next train is coming, because no one's picking up the phone from the other stations, or probably from Manurewa, about the situation. So I was like, no way, there's no way. And then I hope that, okay, if I go back to Britomart, maybe Southern Line is kind of okay now, which I actually didn't realize that it is the Southern Line that's causing all of this. But then I just went back inside the train, and then I was like, okay, we're going back to Britomart. But before that, there's a side story. You know how I got to Britomart, and then everyone's just standing waiting for the train, and then there's this one dude, like a really, let's say, this tall dude. Like, I think he was gonna go to the Southern Line, but then he heard all this announcement. So I saw him when I was about to go to the Southern Line. He was going this way. We did looked at each other, but then I just he went all the way, I don't know where, but I just stayed here. And then when I heard the announcement about like, oh, just take the Eastern lanes, and I was like, I went like this, and then he went like, we just and then nung nandito na ako sa Eastern lane, I kind of looked at him, and they were like, and he kind of looked at me, but then I was like, okay, whatever. And then nung nakasakay na ako sa train, I didn't really see him go take this Eastern line. I saw him on the other side, so I was like, okay. And but then when we got off Panmure, like everyone's out nasa train, diba? I saw him walked, so nakatayo na ako dito naghihintay. I saw him walked from like the other side, walked past me, and then pumunta siya dun sa may harap ng stairs where you go up to probably like exit. But then he went back here, tapos biglang as in, like, I'm right here, and then nandito siya sa likod. Like, literally, I kind of, well, he looks decent. He looks pretty, like, ma-aura. But, like, you know how I really have traumas with, like, any dudes, any guys. So, syempre, I kind of got the ick. Like, the ick, you know? Like, the feeling. So, I was like, I walked, like, as soon as, like, let's say after 5 seconds, I walked to that side. And then I kind of, with all, like, took up all the courage, walked up into one of the staff and asked about, like, what is happening right now. And then they said that, oh, we're just going to Britomart, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay. So I went here, sa may harap ng stairs. I went there, and then I went here. Tapos pumasok na ako. Tapos after nun, hindi ko na siya nakita. That's just a side story. Like, it was just kind of Anyways, so I got on the train. We went back all the way to Britomart again. I got off the train. I saw, it was one of my classmates, but I don't really, like, remember her face. But they were asking the staffs, and the staff said that the Southern Line will not be going not until 9:30. I think it was 8 something that time. And then I was like, bro, no way, there's no way I'm going to wait for an hour or an hour and a half for the Southern Lane, and it's not even like, they're not even sure if it's gonna go. So I ran back to the Eastern Line since it announced that it's going. Sat there, and then as soon as we were about to, like, stop at Panmure, the staff, the crew, announced that we have a good news for you. We are going all the way to Manukau now, stopping in all of the stops. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. Like, Lord, thank you. As in, kasi, oh, and when I was on the train, that's when I realized, like, I was squeezing my brain the whole time. Like, I parked at Papakura, but then I remembered it's Thursday, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's Thursday. I had my dermatologist this morning, which I completely forgot, which is so insane because it was just that morning, but then I completely forgot. And then that's when I realized, oh my gosh, I just need to go home, which is so much better since I'm stopping at Manukau and I don't need to take the bus all the way to Papakura. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. So I searched like which bus do I take to go to Homai, and then it says I need to take the 365, and then I saw the schedule of like the bus, and it says it's scheduled at 9:05. But we were at Papatoy station. It was like, I don't know, 8:30, 8:40, 45 that time. I was like, okay, surely I'm gonna make it. But then we stopped at Pohinui, which I completely forgot that we were stopping there. It was already like, what, 8:45 something. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way. Because, you know, why am I panicking? I saw that the next bus for the 365 would not be until 10:05. It's every hour. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way I am going to wait if I miss this one. So I was like, I'm panicking. And then we got to the Manukau at like 8:55, 8:56. I literally took the stairs, not even the escalator. Took the stairs. I ran to the other side to the bus station. And then I saw that everyone's still waiting for the bus to like, because nandiyan na yung bus, pero like hindi pa siya like nag-operate. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. And yes, I was able to get on the 365 and I was able to get to Homai. And I kind of did some whining and storytelling about that whole train station when I got to my car then, which I will see if I'm gonna include this one. But this is already 20 minutes. But I was able to get home and I was able to eat my bread, which was so good. The coconut bread, it was so good. Like actually 9 out of 10. 9.5. That's how good it is. Anyways, I got home almost 10 na. Like the whole day I was like, the whole ride, me driving, was so tired. I feel so sleepy. My brain was not working at all. My eyes hurt. So does my teeth. My teeth been hurting me for the past 2 days now. And I have something on my ears, which I did cover with my pimple patch. It was like a really huge, like, para siyang pimple, pero I don't know if it's actually pimple, but I did cover it with pimple patch, but because it hurt so bad. So we will see what's gonna happen with it tomorrow. But that's how my Thursday went. Yes. Overall feeling, I was just tired and thankful. And did I eat any? Oh yeah, I did eat that banh mi with sake. Nice. I was able to eat something yesterday. Anyways, that's how my day went. I will okay, anyways,